Hi, welcome to Stopgap's home practice. This is a short session called Arm Flow.
Short clips from this season of home practice. Our disabled and non-disabled teachers dance and deliver their sessions in a brightly lit studio with a wooden floor. Pastel-coloured geometric shapes glide across to reveal text inside the outline of a house. Home practice.
Hi, for you that don't already know, I'm Amy. A short description of myself: I am a standing dancer, and today I'm wearing all dark clothes, which isn't like me really. And then I'm in quite an open space, and in the background there are some plants and a picture and a jug of water. So this session we are going to learn an arm sequence, and then we're going to repeat that sequence a few times, each time embodying a different image. So first, the image that our arms are 2/3 full of water, then that we are drawing our long bones through the space, and then finally playing with air, so cutting through and using air as resistance. Tom's trio of seeds, move like air, move like water, and move your bones, are really fabulous to do before doing this, but also quite interesting to do afterwards. So take a look and have a go. Let's get learning the sequence. So I am just going to bring some tactile information and stimulation to one of my arms, and I'm going to refer to this as the dominant arm. It's just a learning tool, so try not to think of it as more important than the other arm. It's just to help me describe the sequence. So this is the dominant side, the dominant arm. You might want to squeeze, tap, brush. So you just kind of get a slightly heightened sense of awareness in this side, and it's maybe even into your ribs, and your armpit, around your shoulder. So this is going to be your dominant side, your dominant arm. So we're going to start in an upright position in parallel if you're standing. Try not to lock into your legs. And we're going to start by reaching that dominant arm across the body to the diagonal. You're then going to open that arm all the way to the back, and if you can, take your focus with it. We then bring the arm up above the head, and then we swap, so the dominant arm drops as the other arm lifts up. So now the other arm is above the head and the dominant arm is hanging by the side of the body. Let's take that again. So we reach across the body, open to the back, arm above the head, and then swap arms. We're then going to bend both elbows, tilting away from the dominant side. The fingertips of the non-dominant hand are pointing up, as the fingertips of the dominant hand are pointing down. We're then going to drop both fingertips down and reach the arms out to the side. We're then going to wrap our arms around us like we're hugging ourselves, and then sliding, so opposite fingertips are on opposite elbow. We're going to lift the arms above the head to frame the face. And then we lower or unfold the dominant arm down to our side, and then the non-dominant arm. And that is the whole sequence. So we reach the dominant arm across the body and then open it to the back of the space. Lift the arm above the head and then swap arms. We then bend at the elbows, tilting away from the dominant side. Then drop both fingertips down, reach the arms out to the side. Wrap ourselves in a hug. Frame the face, so arms above the head, elbows bent, and then unfold the dominant arm down, and then the non-dominant arm. Yeah, hopefully that's clear. Now try and kind of get rid of that idea of dominant and non-dominant. They're both equally important, both sides of our body, now that you have the sequence. So you're going to hear some music come in, and we're just going to do the sequence in our own time without any kind of extra information. When you're ready. One more time, and this time I'm going to give key sound bites to help you with the sequence. Reach across the body, open to the back, lift above the head, swap arms, bend elbows and tilt, fingertips down, arms out to the side. Hug, frame your face, unfold, unfold. Now the reason I didn't do that straight away is because I wanted you to find your own time and space in the sequence. So now we are going to embody our first image. So the idea that our arms are vessels, and these vessels or containers are 2/3 full of water. So wherever the arm is, the water seeks the lowest point of that container. So just maybe have a play with that idea. Where does the water sit when you move your arm to different positions? And now we're going to take that sequence again, same sequence, but just try and really invest in that image of the arms being containers, 2/3 full of water, fluid, liquid, whatever it is, whatever liquid you want to picture. So, in your own time, feel free to pause and have another go. Maybe have a little assessment of how that was. I had a sort of much more sense of weight in my arms and where the weight was in my arm. And now we are going to think about the bones, the long bones of our arms. So these are our forearms, which is our ulna and radius if you're interested, and then your humerus, your upper arm bone. So let's just have a little kind of feel of those bones. Maybe even the joints, and actually all the finger bones are also long bones. Right. And now I want us to think about just drawing our bones through the space. So it's like our bones are moving of their own accord without our muscles. They're just folding, unfolding, drawing through the space. And again, I'm not going to say anything whilst we do the sequence, so you can do it in your own time, but I will be here as a visual support. So drawing your bones through the space, let's take this sequence. take that again. Have a moment to absorb how that was. Maybe you can just shift around your space a bit, just to kind of reset. And then we are going to take our final image, and I'm going to think about cutting through the air like I'm super aerodynamic, like cutting and being really streamlined. And then the opposition of this, so using the air as resistance, almost like if I was wearing a parachute, kind of how difficult that would be to move through the air. And actually sometimes the air takes the parachute up. So using the air as kind of a force, whether to press against or to elevate with, and then cutting through the air, so kind of finding the quickest route through the air. Yeah, so this one you might actually want to kind of have a little play with the material first, where you cut, where you use resistance, where there's kind of elevation. So for me, that first moment across the body, I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to feel like I'm pressing against the air, and then almost like the air helps my arm float, and then I'm going to cut to swap, and then I'm going to press through the air as I bend the elbows. I'm going to cut the fingertips down, and then the air is going to float my arms up. I'm going to cut to hug myself. I'm going to float to frame, and then I'm going to press down as I unfold. But you might have your own version. And then we're going to take this play with the air in your own time. Again, pause to try again. I really enjoy that one. I feel like there's a bit more room for me to play. And now I want you to quickly choose one of those three versions. And if you want a bit of an extra challenge, we're going to go for it on the other side. I'm not going to talk you through it. We're just going to have a go. So last time through, your choice. You either stay on the same side or just go with it on the other side, see whether you can tune into that, and also hold on to one of these images when you're ready, in your own time. Again, take this one more time if you wish. Thank you for joining me with this session. I dearly hope that at least one of those images resonated with you and kind of changed your experience of the movement. And all that's left to say is share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.
Home Practice, Stopgap Dance Company.